On folio 25 recto begin the plays of the zogho largo, or the unconstrained or wide play. It begins with the admonitions of the sword, so the sword is a cross and noble weapon, etc. You can look those up in the book. The first actual play we see is the master crossed with the player at the tips of the sword, punta di spada. So the position looks like this. And you may wonder why we're up here. We'll get there in a minute. And he says from here, you can strike with a thrust, or you can strike with a cut, or you can strike with a cut from the other side, a fendente from the other side, which could mean other side of my body, or it could mean other side of the sword. So if there's pressure on the sword, you might cut on the other side. My view is that when the weapons have come together, however they've come together, you strike on the open side with whichever blow seems to make most sense to you in that tactical situation. I think Fiore's point is that from here, you should be able to strike because the point is quite far away from you, and if you're moving offline as you should be, then it's not really a threat. So the strikes from here are the thrust, which is illustrated in the second play, the cut to the head on one side, the cut to the head on the other side, ideally with footwork to get away from that sword. And if the line is closed, you strike on the other side. And again, I would generally strike towards the weapon because it closes the line. This strike here leaves me open. This strike here closes the line. From the crossing, I can step offline and strike with a thrust, or a cut to one side, or a cut from the other side. And if the line is closed, I can strike on the other side. And you will step accordingly, so left foot to the left or right foot to the right, as we discussed in the footwork section. This begs the question of how we got there, because two people fencing don't normally have their swords up like this and just walk towards each other and establish a crossing and then somebody strikes. It could happen, but I've never heard of it. So what is probably happening, and you see this occur in free play all the time, is, for instance, if Jessica's in a low guard and I come and strike to make her parry, I bind that sword out of the way and strike immediately. So if we slowed the video right down, as I'm about to do, there's that crossing at the punta di spada, at the points of the sword, which allows me to create that opening. Also, if she does that parry nice and strong, there's that strike on the other side. So that's how I would tend to do those plays, or that's how I think those plays will generally occur. If Jessica is right-handed and I'm left-handed, this will probably occur if I'm striking a reverso, and we might end up here, and it's going to look a little bit different. Or perhaps Jessica is framed on her left side, maybe a dente cinghiaro, or I know you're a German person, so a German left side guard is fine. As I'm striking my mandritto and jipari, here we are, cross more or less at the tips of the sword, and from there the play would follow. It changes the details, but the idea is perfectly applicable cross-handed.